Okay, so let's dive into this source you brought us. It's a film review.
That's right. A review of a film called Eephus. It's by Mary Munoz for Moviescramble.
Eephus. Okay. And it's about baseball.
It is. Yeah, but the review suggests maybe not the kind of baseball movie you'd immediately expect.
Right. Not the big Hollywood version.
Exactly. Munoz starts by kind of grounding us in baseball as this, quintessentially American thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's got all that nostalgia wrapped up in it. Parks, stadiums.
For sure. And this film, Eephus, it seems to zoom right in on one specific scenario.
Which is?
A group of guys, rec league players, and they're playing what looks like their very last game on this one particular field, Soldiers Field.
Their last game there? Why?
Well, that's the setup. It's October, mid-90s, and Soldiers Field. It's slated for demolition, like next month.
Wow, okay, so the clock's ticking. What's replacing it?
A new school.
Right. Progress, I guess. So who are these guys? The teams?
The review mentions two. Adler's Paint, they're in red jerseys, captained by a guy named Ed. Keith William Richards plays him.
Okay. Adler's Paint.
And their rivals are the River Dogs, in blue. Their captain is Graham, played by Stephen Radokia.
Got it. Red versus blue. Standard stuff.
Well, here's where the review points out a really interesting wrinkle. Graham, the River Dogs captain.
Yeah.
He's actually the person sort of facilitating the bulldozing, involved in it somehow.
Wait, really? The captain of one team is basically responsible for tearing down the field they're all playing on.
Yeah. Pretty stark dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adds this whole other layer right away. You can imagine the players are not thrilled about losing the field.
I bet. The review captures that.
It does. It mentions them asking, where will they gather now? It's their spot.
So the game is like a final goodbye to the place.
That's the idea, giving the field the send-off it deserves.
Okay, so our mission here then is to unpack this review. See what Munoz thinks makes Eephus work, how it's different, and what themes she pulls out.
Exactly. Let's get into it. One of the first big points Munoz makes is that the director, Carson Lund, who co-wrote it with Michael Basta and Nate Fisher, deliberately sidesteps the usual sports movie formula.
How so? Like no big training montage.
Right. No plucky underdog story, no last-minute game-winning home run in slow motion. None of that.
Okay, interesting. So if it's not about that, what is it about? What does it lean into?
The review says it leans into the nature of the game itself.
The nature of baseball. Which can be pretty slow sometimes. Lots of waiting around.
Precisely. And the film apparently embraces that, takes its time. Munoz describes long pauses, quiet moments. It alternates between little bursts of action, such as it is.
Action being maybe a ground ball to third?
It probably laughs. And then these long stretches of quiet, just guys sitting on the bench, maybe not even talking much.
Just soaking it in, their last time there.
Yeah, exactly. And the review mentions this sound design detail, the constant thunk of wood on leather. Even in the quiet, that sound is there, reminding you a game is happening, or trying to happen.
That's a great detail, the sound of the game itself. And the title, Eephus, you mentioned. Does that tie in?
It seems to. Munoz explains the Eephus pitch. It's that really weird, slow, high-arcing curveball.
Oh, yeah. The one that looks like it just floats in, takes forever.
That's the one. It stays in the air forever, as the review puts it, designed to completely wreck the batter's timing because it's so unnaturally slow.
Huh. So the title could reflect the film's pace, or maybe the player's own struggles, like they're out of sync.
Could be both, I think. It definitely points towards something unconventional, something that takes its time, maybe messes with your expectations.
And what about the players? The review doesn't exactly make them sound like elite athletes.
No, definitely not. There's a quote from one guy complaining about a herniated disc putting paper in my printer.
Okay, that's specific. And relatable, maybe too relatable.
And the image of them breathing out their backsides, running the bases. You get the picture.
Yeah, you really do. So probably not a lot of high-level strategy being discussed in the dugout.
Seems unlikely. The review says their attempts at strategy talk are basically just saying words and hoping their gestures mean something. It's more about the ritual.
Like Peeman's side of it. And does the film touch on their lives off the field?
It does, through snippets of conversation, apparently. Munoz suggests their home lives, their jobs, maybe a bit uneventful. And that pulling on the jersey, coming out to Soldiers Field, that's kind of the highlight. It's what they have to look forward to.
That's quite poignant, actually, their main connection or escape.
And this seems to connect to something bigger. The review mentions an observation from an elderly spectator watching the game.
Oh yeah, what does the spectator say?
They comment on how the town has changed. Lots of diners shut down. It used to be this thriving place full of working families, but now it feels more like a dead end.
Wow. So the loss of this little baseball field isn't just about the players, it reflects a bigger sense of decline or change in the whole town.
That seems to be the connection the film and the review is making. This small demolition, getting rid of the diamond for a school, which is meant to be progress, right? It highlights this sadness about losing these gathering places.
That question again. Where will they gather now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the cost of change, maybe. But the review is clear. It's not all doom and gloom. There's humor, too.
Oh, good. What kind?
Described as gentle, ribbing humor. The kind you'd expect from guys who've played together for years. Like, they try to trash talk each other, but it's pitiful, and they end up apologizing.
Okay, that sounds realistic.
And there's Ed, the captain, having to leave mid-game because he completely forgot it was his niece's christening.
Oh, classic rec league move. Perfect.
And the image of them using car headlights to finish the game as it gets dark.
Right, trying to squeeze every last moment out of it.
Which leads to Graham's dry comment mentioned in the review. Just out of courtesy, we're out of baseballs. And light.
That's great. Captures that slightly absurd make-do spirit.
For sure. These funny moments are important. And Munoz really emphasizes that despite maybe some minor tantrums, winning or losing this game isn't the point for either team.
It's purely about the send-off for the field.
That seems to be the core motivation.
Yeah.
And the review points to the real emotions surfacing during the final clear-up, the sadness that ripples through them then.
Yeah, packing up the bases for the last time. You can imagine that feeling.
So wrapping up Munoz's take, she calls Eephus a loving slice of Americana and a tree love letter to baseball and the communities it creates.
Americana, but the quiet, maybe slightly melancholic kind.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And she feels its slow, steady pace is deliberate. It holds true to the nature of the game.
But she also warns it might not be for everyone.
Right. She acknowledges some viewers might feel like nothing at all has happened. Depends on what you're looking for.
Well, if you want explosions and high drama, maybe look elsewhere.
Probably. But the film's aim, as Munoz sees it, is just to share this one last game and maybe make you think about what happens next for these guys, for this community.
And the review mentions where it was playing.
Just a note that it was showing at the Belfast Film Festival at the time of writing.
Okay, so to bring it back, this deep dive into the review shows us Eephus is using this very specific, small event, one last game on a doomed field, to explore some pretty big ideas.
Yeah, themes of community, change, memory, how people find meaning in these shared rituals, even seemingly simple ones.
And it does it by not being a typical sports film, focusing instead on the quiet stuff, the human connections.
And really hitting home that sadness of losing a physical place like this field that acted as an anchor for people.
It really leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? Beyond just this film.
Definitely. When these places that communities gather around disappear, you know, whether it's a baseball field like this or that diner the spectator mentioned, or maybe a local library, a park, a pub.
What does happen to the community itself? How do people maintain those bonds, those shared experiences, when the physical space is gone?
Yeah, how do you recreate that connection in a world that's constantly changing? It's a question that kind of lingers.